So guys, anyway. Hello guys, we're back in Geek Talk, and today we'll be focusing on one topic and one topic alone.
John Wick.
John Wick. So hi, I'm Vincent, and
I'm Gio.
we are gonna focus on John Wick, especially with John Wick 2
Yeah.
being released. It has more world building stuff, and really find it interesting, especially with things happening in the movie.
I guess so.
So first off, we're gonna focus first in an added sort of look into John Wick's past,
Yeah.
and apparently it's not John. I mean, his name isn't really John. Some people call him John Wick, but
Some people call him what?
Jonathan.
Well, that's short for.
Is it?
John
Is it?
John is short for Jonathan.
Okay, fine. So anyway, so one of the things I really liked about this one is the added people in John Wick 2. But before we continue pala,
I guess
guys,
they had to add.
spoiler alert lang, to anyone watching this, we're gonna discuss a lot of things that came out of the second movie. So if you haven't watched it, watch it now. Or if you don't plan to watch it and are okay with spoilers, then listen to us or watch us rather.
Right.
So thoughts about yung kasi we're focusing this time yung the Antonio family. So we're seeing that he was connected with them, and at this point, the main thrust of John Wick 2 is Santino was the name, is it?
Santino Di Antonio.
Santino Di Antonio finally calling in his blood oath. John
Right,
Wick's
the
blood
marker.
oath. The marker. Blood marker? Blood marker.
They just call it the marker.
The marker. On this one. And to do something. I don't want it to be really too spoilery, I guess. But I don't know.
You already gave them a warning.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, thoughts, Gio.
Thoughts? What? Well, at least from the movie, Di Antonio Santino. Santino Di Antonio. He was apparently one of the people who helped him in getting out of the assassination business, or to help him retire until he came back. I'm not sure what he provided, but he helped him some way that required a marker, actually.
Yeah. And one of the things that the movie emphasized was that it was a really stupid move for John to give Santino the blood marker. Because at the end of the... even Winston warned him about it. And it's kind of... What do you call this? And as you can see in the movie, Santino was really ruthless. And one of the things that to add to that backstory building, aside from the blood oath, there was this also callback to the impossible task. The reason why...
I thought I mentioned.
you didn't mention the impossible. You just mentioned... I
mentioned him helping with the task. That's what the task was.
Yeah, yung callback na Gio mentioned about the impossible task, and I think it's more interesting to see how they're gonna do that, or if they're ever going to show it in John Wick 3. But I guess... Probably not. But I guess since there's already a game, I think is it released now, or I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I heard there is a game on John Wick.
Yeah. Actually, Keanu Reeves' Twitter account has it. It has the cover photo of the impossible task. I think Telltale Games is doing it. I'm not sure. Telltale. So I think we're gonna look into that. And moving on from that, one of the things also that we like, I like, is his connection with Gianna. I mean, there was something there, based from what I've seen. But Gio,
I don't know. For me, I just feel it was just nothing more than like a friendship type thing.
Yeah, for me, I guess with the way mobster films, I guess, do these things. There's like that sexual tension thing going on, like what happened with Uma Thurman and what's his name? In Pulp Fiction, there was that sort of...
I've never really watched that.
Yeah. So there was that kind of sexual tension thing happening. But then, okay, I think we'd like to move on to the next aspect of what showed in John Wick. John Wick 2 was the addition to world building. One of the things that really there are a lot of people who were commenting this about the movie. John Wick 2 added more to the world, the underground world that John Wick
The
1.
underworld.
The underworld, sorry, the underground world. The underworld, John Wick 1 first shown on screen. For example, the Continental.
Yeah, the Continental. Yeah. Basically, the they provide services for they provide services for the crime lords, assassins, any other any people basically related to those. So, and as a rule, well, like their main or only rule, I believe, is just that they cannot do business while within the Continental's grounds. So, whether it's the hotel or the bank, or I believe even the stores like guns or the suits.
Actually, one of the things that was this was kind of shown in the movie, but in passing. It was I think the Jewish bank.
Jewish bank?
Yeah, the Jewish bank. I don't think that was part of the Continental Services. I think it's a different kind
Yeah,
of service.
that was his own thing.
Yeah, parang
I think that might have been just a regular bank. You don't know.
he used the coin.
He did.
He did use the coin, but I don't think it's part of the Continental Services.
Probably
but then the thing about that is, what I like about what they did with the Continental is that they did a bigger scope. It showed that people, even the underworld, respects the authority the Continental has. And, diba? And it's one of those things that there's the underpinnings of the whole thing is that one of the pillars of the underworld is the Continental. And to be able to have that much power in this kind of world is an interesting story. And maybe they could like make a spin-off movie or spin-off
on novel. The Continental?
The Continental. How Winston started off with the Continental.
I guess maybe, but I'm not really sure.
Maybe,
but
a side story or side game. But speaking of Winston,
but like how powerful is he?
Yeah.
In the yeah, I mean like basically like at the end of the movie he can just call and then basically everyone is under his control. He can just like make them stop.
Yeah.
Just like the scene from the last part where he just made a call, then everyone in the park basically just stopped and stared at them.
I like the fact that it's menacing to go against Winston.
Oh yeah.
But Winston is not like the gangsters around him who are showing or who are more brutal, I guess. He's more of a refined guy.
I would say he's he doesn't want to fight as much as possible. He doesn't want to fight.
He wants to do it out of I don't know.
I mean that's why he made the rule about no fighting within the Continental grounds.
Yeah. And another thing that I'd like, it's kind of medyo let's just say a bit more unbelievable than now, is that it seems that anybody and everyone in the John Wick film are assassins or bodyguards or working in the underworld.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang I know. Are there no other jobs?
Well, crime lord is like really broad thing. Like it can mean a lot of people. It can be I don't know, businessmen. It can be
I like it.
Mercenaries for hire.
Mercenaries for hire, yeah, true. Because I noticed that everyone knew everybody. Gianna's bodyguard, Cassian knows John Wick. And there was also this.
Well, John Wick's like really popular.
Yeah,
he's like the
popular guy.
He's like the most famous assassin there. Yeah. That they gave him a nickname called the Boogeyman.
Yeah, or Baba Yaga.
What?
Yeah, Baba Yaga. That's their name. That's the Russian name.
Well, it means Boogeyman either way.
Yeah, and I just want to sound cool because I know the word. But there's another thing. There's like one of the things I really there's also another rule within apparently there's this unsaid rule in guarding. When Cassian mentioned and when they were in the bar
Yeah.
there was this Kashan offhandedly mentioned in the in that scene that there's this rule that when somebody kills their ward,
Yeah.
they have to honor or parang they have to honor the person by killing the person who killed them. There was this, so this is like what I like in John chapter 2 is that they added a more sophisticated and complicated world building, that instead of just killing, there are rules that they
Yeah,
have to follow. And
yeah, right. Speaking of rules, I believe also the marker is one of those
yeah,
rules.
yeah.
So like, especially when John mentioned that he had no choice. I mean, he mentioned because Cassian asked him why he did that. Basically, John Wick mentioned to him that
The blood.
about the marker.
The marker.
He was the marker that was called.
Yeah.
So he really had no choice. So you kind of feel like some empathy or sympathy from Cassian for John Wick, but of course
They're still professionals.
they're still professionals.
I like that. Yeah, I like that they indirectly showed on screen that being a professional means that you have to do the job even though you don't like it.
Right.
Diba? And it's that complicated, not really complicated, more of that sophisticated feel in the movie that added that sense of layer in the whole John Wick chapter 2 universe. And moving on to another layer, I'd like to focus also now to Lawrence Fishburne's character, the Bowery King. Did I pronounce it right?
Morpheus?
Yeah, Morpheus. Morpheus. Oh yeah, guys, there's a mini reunion, mini Matrix reunion in the movie.
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
Neo and Morpheus
Neo and
meet
Morpheus.
together. Would have been funny if they actually showed
The scene, they did the scene.
It'd be fun if they gave a red pill, blue pill thing,
Yeah.
even if just small.
Yeah. But no, I think the red pill, blue pill thing is more of it's either war or a gun. You want a war or you give me a gun.
True.
No,
I guess so.
I think that's like their callback.
That's like the closest thing.
But I like that
Like if you were thinking like the blue pill would be peace.
the peace and the red would be war or the gun. Sorry, the gun.
The gun.
So at this point in John Wick 2, John had to yet again give a favor to someone else because of desperation, because of that moment, and then
But really, all he said was just if
yeah,
if you don't let me kill him, basically he will run you out of business in New York.
Yeah,
'Cause
and
he'll be controlling New York.
yeah, but then he still at the end of the day, when they were leaving,
Yeah.
you owe me one. Lawrence Fishburne said that. The Bowery King said that.
True, but it's not binding because he has no proof
Yeah,
of
I guess.
that he owes him. So
But then, yeah,
of course,
I get
but
that. agree
I
with
guess
that.
you could say like I don't know about his power as the Bowery King.
Yeah.
Like he might have some power. I'm not sure if he has.
How much though?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
how much. But then I guess, there's no actual physical manifestation of that But then I guess John Wick, even with all his with all the blood on his hands, he's still also what do you call this honorable man.
Yeah.
So I guess he's going to honor it. I think eventually, if it's not something that goes against what he wants, because that's what he did in the first half of the movie. He tried to find a way out of the blood marker, but turns out that it's final. It's binding. It's not good.
Now, I think he was more like hoping the guy wouldn't.
Cash in on the check.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So with that said though, the things that's going to happen now, especially in the latter part of John Wick 2, is that what happens now to John.
Right. Now, so
Diba?
we're talking about chapter 3.
The chapter 3, since he's now excommunicado.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so
So
one thing is he has no access to anything at all.
yeah.
So I'm guessing that he will go back to the Bowery King or something around those lines because those guys are basically how do I say this? They're not part of the Continental yet. They have these access to
Power and information.
like they have guns. They have access to all this information because of all their beggars.
Yeah. And their manpower. They have the manpower.
Yeah, they had a lot of manpower.
Man, goodness.
Yeah, so that's one of them. I'm not sure, like, his then also his like bounty's been doubled to 14 million.
Yeah, 14 million because the 12 seats. Oh yeah, we weren't able to. Maybe at this point we're gonna see more on more exposition in the 12 seats.
I guess so.
Because they've been hinting it, and Gianna was part of the 12 seats, and now Santino is. But then he was killed. So
Another thing is, a thought is just Winston could still help John in a way.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
I believe what I've read, because I've never watched the John Wick first movie.
yeah,
Basically, Winston, when someone tried to kill John Wick for $2 million, for his bounty at $2 million, that person was executed.
no, because it was done
Exactly, I'm just saying. Now he could have done the same thing with John, but he gave because they are friends. I would say because they're like on the first name basis.
yeah.
So I would say, I don't know. You can still expect him to be helping
him on the sides.
helping out John Wick in a way. I'm not sure how. Maybe with getting rid of.
Also,
Yeah.
you have to remember, Winston gave John a marker.
Oh yeah, you're right. He
Yeah,
did give him a
Winston
marker.
gave John a marker at the last part of the film, and it's interesting to know which marker is it. Is it Winston's marker to John, or is it John's marker to Winston, or something else?
No, I think it's a blank marker.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see, because it's interesting to see what would happen now, and with everything that's happening now that the tires of there's an empty seat in the 12 seats.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see who will take his place. Would it be Lawrence Fishburne's character? Would it be the
don't
Bowery
think so.
King? Maybe.
I don't think so.
So let's see, and that's going to be the one to dictate how things would go, especially in the third chapter coming in. With John Wick being he's basically unshackled now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a wife. His house is destroyed.
He has no marker.
He has no marker. He doesn't have a car. Though he still has his guns hidden. He has
his hidden
I'm
guns.
betting he has stashes.
So he still has a stash of gold coins.
So maybe he can use it, not in the Intercontinental, since
No,
the
but he'll be
Intercontinental.
using it in those
And other stuff. Kasi,
Right.
diba, since it's
Like maybe he could use the Bowery King's stuff to pay for
yeah,
guns.
pay for stuff. And that's interesting to see how it's gonna go. And now, though, one of the things I'm a bit cautious now of the movie is that the scaling is starting to escalate.
Oh, yeah.
Diba, the first movie it's like grounded and it's
If you can,
Local.
you can always just see the scaling in a way. Like first, he started with 2 million bounty,
yeah.
then it went up to 7 million,
Yeah.
and then now it's 14 million.
14 million. And then the world is slowly unfolding. His world is slowly
Yeah,
unfolding.
yeah. Basically, he
because-
can't trust anyone in the
yeah.
world now.
And what I like about that is at least it's like a sad. I like to not references to this, but it's like a thesis. It starts off with a one focal point, and then it grows and grows and it grows and it builds up. And now at the end of the day, it's interesting now what would happen next.
Yeah.
And I hope it's still visceral. The movie is still visceral, especially with that pen. And I like the way they did the
Not pen,
the
pencil.
pencil. Ugh. I have a pencil. I have a head.
Honestly,
Sorry, I had to do that. I'm sorry.
I'm sure you guys understand what we're speaking of when we talk about the pencil, like the cringiest
Yeah.
part of the movie.
And it actually it was a callback to in the first movie. It was mentioned. It was mentioned in the first movie that John Wick.
It was mentioned in the second movie at the start.
Yeah.
That he used a pencil.
He used a pencil. Yeah. So yeah, it's
Ah.
interesting. And I guess at this point, hopefully, another John character of Keanu Reeves is redefining action.
Who?
No, this one. Another
Oh.
character named John. Kasi
Why? Who's the other one?
John, the early, aside from the John mnemonic, or this is like his nth time as a character with a John name.
Maybe.
He likes the name John.
Well, he wasn't the one who wrote this.
Yeah, I know, but I guess. Then yeah, I think. Do we have anything else?
I don't really have anything to add. I don't
Yeah,
think. No.
Yeah, I don't have to. So, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank
We'd like
you.
to hear your thoughts also. You could voice out your comments on the
Down below.
the comments in our Facebook. In
Yeah, the comments
Facebook,
down below, basically.
down below, and also once we upload it in our YouTube channel. So if you noticed, we are in a different place yet again. We are currently here at Utah Grounds, Mega Mall.
Mega Mall.
Mega Mall. And then they, so shout out to the manager, it's Nyo.
Yeah.
Hi, Nyo!
Hello.
Hi, Nyo! Hello! Dito ka! Here. Yan. So he was able to, he allowed us to shoot here. Kasi we also gonna feature some of their games
Yeah.
later. So yun.
Mhm.
One of the so I think we're gonna
This
want
one.
to go
Yeah,
for
we're gonna
that.
be featuring this game, Clank, a deck building adventure, basically a game where you steal from a dragon.
Yeah. My goodness.
That's about all I know about the game. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah. So yeah, they allowed us to shoot here, and hopefully, as you can see, this is like a cool place to be. You can buy board games. Really, this one is really something that I haven't really played, but I want to. It's time stories. It's really interesting because you're time police and stuff. So there we go. There we have it. This is our geek talk for today.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.